What's going on, everybody? This is Lauren with the TMF Podcast. Before we get started, like or subscribe to the channel if you want more stock kind of news. We're going to do a quick market recap of the things that I was watching today, how they played out, and why I took these positions, and what I would do since we're going into 2 p.m. We got 2 hours left in the trading day on Wednesday, June 30th. This is the last day of the quarter for the second quarter, which honestly, for most of these companies, is going to be nothing. We're going to get earnings reports later on. We're not going to get them tomorrow, but we're going to take a look at some plays that happened today that were quite interesting. So I'm going to start off with Clover Health because that is the position that I'm in currently. I have 36 call options on Clover Health at $14 strike, and I bought them, and they went up a little bit. Now they're currently down, which is not ideal. I am going to hang on to these positions and ride it out a little bit longer and see where this pans out. I think if we zoom out and look at the chart, Clover Health does have a high short interest. The rate to borrow is high. Now all of this data is delayed. Keep that in mind. It's all usually T2 on the days, so we know what the short position was 2 days ago. We know that we had a good spike up yesterday. We have a decent little bit of a after hours pre-market run, and then we had a sell-off, and now we're starting to build some momentum and hovering, and it's really just kind of across the board on the day, kind of trading a little bit sideways for a while. But when we zoom out of this chart, this is the let's go to the 1 hour. Let's go to that. We can see when it squoze up here. This was definitely a short squeeze for sure. $28 from like 9, right? That happened over the course of I believe 2 trading days. Maybe 3, really 2.5 trading days. It rocketed up, and that's what we expect to see in a short squeeze. Now, I'm not buying Clover Health betting that it will short squeeze. I'm buying Clover Health betting that it will get a run of 10, 15, or 20% over a day, 2 or 3 day window based on price action, based on hype, based on FOMO, based on all of these things. So what we saw is a 12.5 or almost 13% gain yesterday. We saw it pull back to about a 4% end of the day kind of hold. Today we saw it gap about 5%. Now it's currently trading at 1.8, so at 1360. And what we see here on the level 2 data, I know it's kind of hard for you to see over there, is we see sell walls. And what sell walls are sell limit orders that are currently on the order book, have not happened yet, right? So if the price hits this, then this order would execute. And you'll see in the comment section, if you follow WEBULL or freaking any other kind of, we'll just call it retail community of apes, because that's what we have a lot of in here is apes, is we'll see, oh, this is a fake wall. Let me tell you something. The wall is not fake. When this price hits 1363, which it's about to do, this 13,628 sell order is going to execute. And then it's going to go from 1363 probably back down to, 1358, 1359, whatever that 13,000 share order does. In order for it to go up, someone has to buy it. So what we see on the level 2 data is we see buy orders at 1350, sell orders at 1364. We go down, we see here at 1380, 12,000. Sell order here, and then we have a buy order at 1340. So the farther it goes down, usually you're going to see bigger orders because people are going to bank on, well, if the stock moves 20 cents and you've got 13,000 shares, you made yourself a quick little day trade profit, and that's what day traders like to do. Short sellers also like to sell back and forth. So they put up these limits. Right here we can see there's a 12,000 sale order at $20. That'd be amazing if we get there. So in order for Clover to get back into this 1425, 1450 range where it needs to be in order to really make its next leg up, when we look at the hourly chart here, that's what we need it to be, right? We need it to cross over really this kind of to get, all right, look, we're gonna get around this cup. This is our cup right here, right? Let's just take it as a big ass cup, because we had this big gap up and then it kind of softened out. So you're at about $14. To get past that, we have to eat up these sells, which it may or may not happen. If we get volume, right now the volume's trading at 27 million. The average 3-month volume has been 56 million. So you're at half the volume. which is why we're seeing this lack of momentum. And we might see some of these spikes. This is on the 5-minute chart, 378,000. These ones here, 283,000, 554,000, 297,000. And then we see these little cells, 142, 114, etc., etc. So what we need is more buying volume, more buying pressure, which we do not have yet. Now, Clover historically has had run-ups mid-afternoon. If I just go back out here, we see these. We're kind of past this point now because it's 2 o'clock, so I'm not really banking on it, but we have seen it in the past where you've gotten spikes here, like this 5-minute 4.5 million volume where it shoots from 13 to 14.12. Those are pretty exciting to watch, and we've seen it here again, 12 to 12.30. Those are pretty stout moves. So if you're holding Clover, my plan is, since I am holding all of these call options, let me change my do that here, is at the end of the day, if we don't see a vast move, I'm probably going to cycle them over into a next week further out of the money option that costs the same amount of money. So my cost is the same. So if my calls are at 50 cents, I'm going to look for a call option next week that is also 50 cents and just roll that sucker on over. That is my plan. So, but with Clover, anything could change at any time. I just keep that in mind. It's not going to most likely rocket ship up to $20, but my realistic expectation is for Clover Health to move back up really close to the $15 range, if not cross 15 by the end of the week. If it doesn't get the volume, then this uptrend will just have to continue on to next week. And I usually don't like to draw these trend lines, but we could draw one, something similar to that, and say even at that medium point here, we're still trading not too terrible. I did think earlier today it did make a nice bull pennant on the day, but it has since kind of broken that. And as you can see, while we're doing this video, the 1363 sell order has gone. There's now one at 1361, and the price did drop. So those walls are real. Don't go around saying they're not real, because they are. I see it all the time, and it's dumb. Oh, it's a fake wall. No, what happens is when you have a short squeeze is that you have someone sell 50,000 or 100,000 shares, and then you have them shorted again. So they turn them in and they reborrow them. That ends up what happening. So that's how they're able to short these things into the middle earth. So they sell them, they borrow them back, which doesn't go on this side of the order book, and then they sell them again. So it's constant selling pressure, which is kind of what we had happening here. So yesterday, maybe we had a couple covers, a couple small short covers positions that skyrocketed it up. And today we just haven't had any of those come in to really give us any kind of movement that's to the upside. We've definitely had some downside movement. We know it's expensive, but look, man, if you're playing with big money, paying the interest might, hey, if they're in and out, might be all they needed. So that's Clover Health. If you're watching it, definitely be safe out there. Don't get stuck holding the bag on this forever, because I don't know that it'll fall out the bottom. It does have decent support across, over that $12 line right now. It's not terrible, but if you're holding options and you're playing that game like I am, definitely be a little bit more careful and cautious on how long we hold them. I am notorious for holding these things until they are absolutely dead in the dirt. So I'm trying not to do that. But if I build my little triangle here, we can extend it again. Still not really much of a pennant. We really need it to be a little bit more aggressive. Hopefully it'll break out toward the end of the day. We'll just have to wait and see. But like the video, I'm going to do some other stocks here. This one's going to be Clover specific, then I'll do the other one. So check the channel for the other videos, and I'll see you guys later.